you want to start us off, and I'll come to you, Matt.
Yeah, sure. Gorge, a largely positive night, especially after quarter time, but we might get the potentially negative one afterwards. Tyler's shoulder didn't look great. It looked like a dislocation. Do you know too much more about it at this point?
Just that it doesn't look great. I don't know you can never come in because he's going to the hospital to have it looked at, but as you said, it was a hard hit, and it didn't look like positive news for us or Tyler.
Is it too early to have any idea if it might be the sort of dislocation that he can come back quickly from, or what it might be?
Like I said, it doesn't look good. That's all I know. I just got the look that it's not good.
Yeah. As for the game, we spoke the other night that this was a bit of a danger game, and Brisbane were always going to come out with a free hit, and they did that in the first quarter, but you would have been happy with the way you responded and really got what you would have wanted out of this game for the last three quarters.
Very much so, and full credit to Brisbane. It's a hard game as well for them to play tonight. So they have nothing. The season's over for them. There's a lot of change they're talking about going on. So as a player, as a coaching staff, it would be very difficult. And I just thought they came with energy and on point and wanted to finish the season strong. And I kind of feel a little bit for DMAC once, I just feel like once you get that 10-point lead or 12-point lead, now the next step is that fight back. And it just, it was too much. And then, for us, from that point, I just tried and was looking at those minutes because we're not going to play for at least 3 weeks just to get guys to get minutes under their belt. So really important for Torrey Craig tonight to get some like 5-minute, 6-minute hits instead of 3 minutes out and rest, 2 minutes out and rest, give him some extended time. And then Watch and Tyler, really wanted to get them minutes. And then we've got this training going on. So Sean, Bruce, and Goody, it's great. It keeps their spirits up. So we did tick all the boxes tonight. And me, I'm nervous, as you know, for we lose this game tonight and Adelaide win. We lose that top spot, and it would be a real disappointment for all the work we've done. So for me over on that sideline, and for our guys, it was a little edgy tonight.
You touched on Torrey, and I wanted to touch on him and Delhi as well. It felt like this was the best that they've looked, certainly since Torrey's come in and since Delhi's come back, playing extended minutes where you were able to keep them out there for sort of significant periods. I mean, how important do you think tonight was for both of those guys?
Very, very, especially we can do a lot during that 3-week break, but it's going to be hard to simulate game. So tonight, getting those guys game minutes, as I said in the prior, was a priority coming in, and it was the way we started and the way the game was. The ball was in Kendrick's hand a lot, and he kept us in that thing, and I'm glad we got an opportunity to get that little bit of a cushion and get those guys some quality minutes and some opportunities to make plays.
You touched on it a bit over the last couple of weeks about where you've come from the start of the season to now. Now that you have top spot secure, what does it mean to you? What sort of an achievement do you think it is that what you've done up to this point?
Well, I spoke to the guys, and I after the game was over, and I said, I never move on to the next game for 24 hours, loss or win. And tonight, I wanted them. There's a quality. The finals are over here, but there's a quality in a team to finish on top of the ladder. It's a different challenge than the finals. Going through injuries, day-to-day practice, the culture, dealing with disappointment, road trips. Do you grow? Do you falter? Do you go to the side? For everybody. And for us to go, we were getting kind of at the start of the year, a lot of negativity about the team. Even in the venue, there was a negative vibe to it, kind of a little boo. I know when we lost to Tassie, when we were 16 up in the fourth quarter, and they're dancing underneath our basket, and we're kind of getting booed off the floor. Moving from there to 18,000 people and doing what we did to get here. And we said the destiny's in our hands, but you look at it, we had to win 11 in a row. If we lose a game and Adelaide wins tonight, we don't get top spot. We got to win 14 out of 16 to finish in the top two and get an automatic semifinal bid. Quite an achievement for a team as well coming into this that wasn't picked in the top four, and a lot of negativity around it after how we finished the season last year. So I showered them with, and I'm very, very proud of this. And now there's another challenge, a new day starting tomorrow. But right now, finishing on top of the ladder off the season we had last year, where we were in the first 10 games of the year is something pretty special.
No, it absolutely is. What about this break now before you play that playoff series? I mean, it's going to be 3 weeks at least. Are you of the opinion that that's a little bit too long? Are you nervous about how you come out after the break, or how are you feeling going into
100% with all that. It's horrendous. It's horrible. You know, we've won 11 games in a row. Everybody's fit. You get momentum. You look at the NBA, you look at any league in it. Now to stop for 3 weeks, it falls on me, it falls on our coaching staff on how you handle this. We're not going to be involved in any kind of game at all. And, you know, you come out at home on a team that's probably won 2 games in a row and you've been sitting, it's a challenge. But that's all part of this thing. And it's something I really haven't dealt with before. So learning from the seat of my pants, getting as much advice as I can, and taking the high ground. You know, we're in there. We got a shot at it. And what you're asking, I don't have the answer to. But I'll be listening to my players. I'll be listening to people that have been giving me advice and mentoring me through the season this year to help me.
Oh, very good. Thanks, Gorge. Over to you, Matty.
Thanks, Chris. Gorge, congratulations, obviously, mate, first of all. Just a follow-on from what you were just talking about. The last time you had a break of this magnitude, it's actually not going to be this magnitude, was that 13 days in between the last game of the 2003-04 regular season and that game 1 of the semi-finals against the Bullets. Does that, you know, can you look back on that and the things you did then that you remember to sort of get the guys going? And I mean, you'll remember that it was an extremely slow start. That was the Chris Carrawell game, of course. So, I mean, can you take anything from that for your own benefit?
I gotta say, Matt, you're special, because I'll tell you what, 2003, I feel like I haven't lost it yet, but I feel like I should be wearing a bib right now. And like, how did you remember that? And I honestly cannot remember that. I remember that game that I came in at halftime, we were 24 points down and came back and won. And Chris Carrawell, I stayed out of the locker room and he addressed the team, and I never came in because he was doing such a great job. But so obviously I didn't do a great job as far as those 13 days go. And as we're all saying, everybody knows in the league, this is a challenge. And we're going to work hard. We're going to work hard at getting it right, but it is challenging.
Yeah, Chris touched on it before, but you've had 8 seasons with this franchise. In 6 of those seasons, you've led this club to the top spot at the end of the regular season. How do you? I mean, obviously the greatest regular season you could argue was 07-08 when you went 27-3 with that group. 04, we talked about 26-7. Where does this regular season stack up? And is it one of the most satisfying regular seasons you've had with this club?
I think my success in the league over the years is getting everybody in early, getting them in great shape, coming out of the blocks and getting a great jump on everybody, being ahead of everybody when we start, and then there's kind of a lull in the middle, and then you push through at the end. I don't remember having a start like this and having my cheeks so tight every single game and being, and again, total pressure, total negativity around it. I haven't dealt with that before. So this might be, of the times that I've finished on top of the ladder, go down is for me one of the all-time. And this group, everybody using the word connection, it's an incredible group. And again, we've done it before, but not in this fashion. And I've enjoyed the challenge.
I know we spoke about his candidacy for MVP last week, but Kendrick Davis today, just for your benefit, is just the second Sydney Kings player in history to have at least 30 points, at least 8 assists, and 0 turnovers, which the only other guy to do it was Dwayne McLean back in 1992. So, I mean, there's not much more you can say about this kid that's already been said, but obviously, another, pointed to the fact that he deserves to be at least in the conversation at the very least.
I'm going to go here, and it's not about the MVP. I'm not in that conversation anymore. It's about Kendrick, and I've been in it a long time. China, Philippines, Japan, national teams with Japan, national teams with China, Australia. Since 1986, I haven't had a better one. I haven't had a better one. He's and this finishing on first and talking about the day-to-day, the negativity, the grind of it, the finger pointing. It hasn't been a smooth run. He had a rough year last year. There was a lot swirling around him, and we were both kind of in the same bucket. We come into the start of the year, and we're getting barbecued by everybody. And how he's been through all of that, loyal, hardworking team. And tonight he could have tried to get 40. He's looking at me like, get me out of here, get me off the floor, get these guys in. He's not about his points. He's about winning. And his level of play on both sides of the ball, scoring the ball. He's just a tremendous basketball player and tremendous person. And our success, a lot of it is to do with him.
And just finally from me, mate, you talk about great point guards that have played for you. One of them was across you in the coaching rank tonight, D-Mac. I just wanted to, just some thoughts on him, the job he was basically, forced upon him, essentially. Just some thoughts on Mac and the way he's carried himself throughout, what's been a lot of adversity this season, and kind of, just talk to the person that I know he is.
You can't say enough good things about him, and he's always done it. It's always been a hard hand that he ends up getting, and this was about as tough a situation as you can walk into. And I always look at, are the guys playing for him? I don't look at the scoreboard, and I look at the two imports. I look at the young kids that are coming off the bench tonight, and you look at a guy like Purchase, Dalton, they're playing for him. And that says a lot about D-Mac, and that says a lot about the Bullets. I know I looked up at the score sheet. They're 40 down. They didn't back off. They kept playing hard. They put in the young kids. They played hard. And D-Mac coached. He kept coaching. Nothing but respect for him as a man. Nothing respect for him. I had him as a player. He's in that top group that I've ever had. And I think there was a lot of, I made this comment about our team. We're going to deal with controversy. We're going to deal with negativity. Through that, there's going to be growth. And for me, all of this that's gone on this year and the toughness with the Bullets, it says a lot about some of those kids, and it says a lot about D-Mac as a man.
Thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Hey, Gorge, just one from me. Well done on this season, firstly. I remember you saying that once that you were in a dogfight to make the playoffs, but now you're here, so congrats on that. Just one positive about the 3-week break, it might be getting, Jalen Galloway back fully fit, and then maybe perhaps Tyler as well coming back and hopefully recovering from a shoulder injury. Would that be fair to say?
Like again, I I think that Tyler's situation's pretty difficult, and Galloway, it was precautionary. I mean, if we were playing tonight and it was a final, he would have played. So that sounds nice, getting the injuries and getting everybody healthy back. But to be truthful with you, that's not really an element for us. We're in a great position right now, playing great basketball, and we want to keep the momentum.
Fair enough.
Thank you.